previous session, we have discussed about Lightning Web Component Bundle, and we have discussed what exactly the Web Component Bundle. Upon creating a Lightning Web Component, what kind of resources, what kind of files that we can use while building the component, and what are the various files that we have in this Web Component Bundle, and what is the significance of each and every file we have discussed in the previous session. And there we have discussed, upon creating a new Lightning Web Component, by default, Lightning Web Component Framework provides 3 files: a template file, which contains the designing part of the component, which can be used to represent the various HTML elements and the other Lightning Web components also. And here we can represent the various visual appearance controls like text boxes, checkboxes, tick list controls, tables also, buttons also, various input and output controls we can represent on this template file, which will be purely a HTML formatted file. And the second one, controller file, this is also called as a JavaScript file, so which will be holding the client side business logics. Upon click on the button controls or upon changing some values inside that text box, what kind of actions you would like to perform, those actions related code we can write inside the controller file by using JavaScript. And upon writing this JavaScript code, you no need to write the complete JavaScript code manually by your own. If there are any third-party libraries are available, if there is any third-party HTML modules are available, we can import those modules also into your Lightning Web component by using import statement. So only the business logic part we are writing inside the controller file. And the third one, metadata file, which will be indicating the level of access of the component. So once the Lightning Web component has been prepared, okay, what are all the various places in which this Lightning Web component can be accessible, that we can decide with the help of metadata file, that is also called as configuration file. These are the 3 files will be given by Lightning Web component framework by default in Web Component Bundle. But additionally, we can add some more files also, depends upon the need. Based on the business requirement, we can add some more additional files also. Like, we can able to add a style file. Upon building your own Lightning Web component, if you want to apply your own custom styles based on the business needs, then we can write our own custom styles by using style file. And if you want to use any custom icons and the images to be referencing inside your Lightning Web component, we can use that SVG file also. These files we need to add additionally. We need to create this file manually here. So if it is really required, then only we can add them. But here there is a condition. Upon adding a new file, it may be style file, SVG file, minimum 1 style we need to prepare inside the style file. If you are adding the style file, then minimum 1 style we have to prepare, or else your component code will not get compiled. It will show the compilation error. If you are adding an SVG file, then minimum 1 icon or image we need to prepare. Without that, it won't get compiled your component. That means it is enforcing the developers, boss, if you really require, then only add that file, or else don't add the files additionally unnecessarily for this component, because it will be taking more time for the component compilation, which will impact on the performance. So that to make that component simple and the lightweight, to improve the performance of the component, make this as simple and lightweight. So don't add any additional components. What are the files that you want additionally? What are the icons that you want? We can able to reference from Lightning Design System. If those are not sufficient, then only we can go with adding your own custom style files. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Now, then let's see how can we create our own Lightning Web components. Now let me show you with the practical use case. That already told you, Lightning Web components can't be executable by their own. We need to prepare that component. We need to run the component by accessing inside your application. Then how can we do that? Okay, we'll see with the practical use cases today. Now, have you installed VS Code? Working fine? Okay. Now, let's take some small components. How can we build this? Take a small use case. Design a Lightning Web component to represent the welcome message on the browser. Design a LWC component to represent the welcome message on the browser. So simply, I would like to show some text message. That means a normal plain text message which will be visible on the browser. So I want to show the welcome message on my browser through this Lightning Web component. Then how can we create this Lightning Web component? How to access by using application? We'll see one by one. Clear? Now tell me, how can we create the component? I'm going to my Visual Studio. Now here I'm having this LWC folder. Yesterday we have created one file over here, one component. Okay, hello message component. Now I'm going to be creating some more components today here. How to create? Let's see. Okay, Control Shift P. What is the command? SFDX : create lightning web component. Select that command, create lightning web component. Now it will ask you to specify the component name here. I'm giving this component name as some welcome message component. I'm creating a component with the name, welcome message component. Now press enter. Now it will ask you to select the default folder where exactly you would like to save this lightning web component. It is already having a default folder. I would like to choose the same folder given by lightning framework. Now my component has been prepared. When you go to that left panel, inside that project folder, we are having LWC. In this LWC folder, it will be creating one folder with your component name. Whatever the name that you are given for your component, with that name, it is creating a folder. In this folder, you will be having this 3 files mandatorily by default. Like we are having a template file, we have a controller file, we have a metadata or configuration file. 3 files are available here. Now I would like to show some message, welcome message. So go to the template file, represent the content, whatever you want to show on your browser. Clear? Now I would like to represent the message. I'm using the bolded tag. I'm using italic tag. Okay, I want to show the content here. Welcome to Lightning Web Component Framework. I would like to represent welcome to Lightning Web Component Framework. Clear up to this one? Now. So now here in this case, just you can able to represent the content whatever you want. Now on my Lightning Web component, and upon running this component, I want to show some message. Welcome to Lightning Web component. This is the message. Now, once you are done, click on save. That means I would like to deploy this code to my Salesforce arm. Because this editor is only to write the code to save the code in the local system, not to compile, not to execute, not to see the results. If you want to compile, if you want to execute, if you want to see the result, then push this code, deploy this code to the Salesforce arm. From your Salesforce arm only, we can run, we can see the results. So now we can able to deploy this code to the Salesforce arm. Use that Control S. It will be saving. It will deploy the code to my Salesforce arm. Now the deployment has been successful. Clear? Understand the concept now? Next. Now let's go back to your Salesforce arm to run this component by placing inside the application. Then how can we go to my Salesforce arc now? Then how? What is the command?
Authorization.
No, not the authorization. So there is a command called as sfdx open default arc. There is a command called as open default arc. Okay, these commands are important, a bit important, which are very, very commonly using in our implementations. Go to that Control Shift P. You will be having an option called as open default arc. That means whatever the Salesforce arc has been connected to this Visual Studio Code Editor, open that Salesforce arc. Okay, open that Salesforce arc. So now here it is indicating this. Now click on open default arc. Now it will be opening your Salesforce arc automatically by default. We no need to provide username and the passwords and all these things. Directly it will jump into your Salesforce arc. Now, from there, go to that developer console. Go to the developer console. Now create an application to run this component. Because components can't run by its own because these are reusable pieces. Like for example, I have a processor, that means RAM. Directly RAM will run? No, we need to connect the RAM to the system. If it is a hard disk also, hard disk can't run by its own. We need to connect to a system, then only we can able to store some data inside that. Like the similar way here also, components are nothing but the reusable code which can be used in different places. So that components can't run by their own, we need to run the component by using an application, by referencing inside an application or inside a tab or inside a quick action inside the different platforms. So I'm creating a new R application. We don't have any Lightning Web component applications. Okay, we are having only R applications only here. Okay, now go to that Lightning application. Here I would like to specify Lightning application. Now I would like to specify web components test application. I'm giving this name as web components test application. Click on submit. Now a Lightning application has been prepared. That means ARA application. Inside that we need to call your Lightning web component. How to call the Lightning web component? Complete step-by-step navigation yesterday I've given to you. So once the web component has been built, then it can't run by its own. So hence, these are reusable components here which can be executable by their own. We need to reference the component inside an application by using this navigation. Go to the ARA application. Inside that, we can call the component by using C:component name. Okay. Now we can specify C:. What is my component name over here? Welcome message component. Welcome message component. That's it. Clear? Now So create the component first. Once the component is ready, deploy the component to your Salesforce R, then call the component from a Lightning application, then we can run the Lightning application. Let's save this code. Click on preview button. Now the application will run. Internally, application will call that component. Component will execute it. It will show the message on your screen. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now, this is the steps we used to follow. Now, for example, I would like to add some more content over here. Can we use the break tags inside this? Yes or no? Yes, we can use. That's what I told you. Component code, that means component body should be built by using HTML elements and other Lightning components here. Okay. Now we can add all the HTML tags, break tag, italic tag, underline tag. Okay, everything we can use. Now, I'm going to be providing some more message. I would like to show in bold format. This is my first Lightning Web component built by using VS Code editor. VS Code editor. So now here we are representing some more content here, second line of content also. Now let's save this code, Control S. It will push the code into your Salesforce org automatically. Now let's go to your application, click on update and preview. It will collect the latest component code, it will represent this message. I want to give one complete line break. So here I'm giving one more break tag. Save this. Now refresh your screen. So now we can able to see this information. Clear? Understood the concept now? So now here in this case, we need to build our own Lightning Web component. And once the component has been built, we need to reference the component inside your application manual. Because components are reusable pieces which can be executable by their own, we need to run them manually by using inside an application. Okay. Let me place this code. Done with this? Now make a note of this piece of code. Done with this? Next. One more use case. Design a Lightning Web component to represent the product details on the browser. In order to represent the product details on the browser, I would like to create a new Lightning Web component. Done with this? Next. Now let's see. How can we create this? I'm creating a new Lightning Web component now. Go to the Control Shift P, create Lightning Web component. I want to indicate customer details component. Now select the default folder. Now your component will be getting prepared. Go to the template file. In this template file, I would like to represent the content here. So what content you would like to represent, we can specify. Now here I'm using a div tag. Inside the div tag, we can able to represent the content here. I'm using bold format, underline, product details catalog, I'm giving two break tags. I want to represent the product details, like the product code. I want to represent P hyphen 4590032. I'm giving a break tag. Product code, I'm representing this. Product name. Product name. I'm giving the product name as smartphone. I'm giving a break tag. Manufacturer. Manufacturer. I'm giving like a Samsung Incorporation. And the location name. United States. Contact number. I'm giving +1 800 787 3344. Email address is, I want to indicate support@samsung.com. Unit price. I'm indicating rupees 39,000. Now, availability. Yes, that means available. So these are the details I would like to show inside my Lightning Web component. So I'm preparing a Lightning Web component. In this Lightning Web component, I would like to show this whole content related to the product. I want to show the product code, product name, manufacturer, location, contact number, email ID, unit price, and whether this product is available in stock or not. So I'm indicating all these details. These are the details I would like to show on my Lightning Web component. Now, once you are done, now we can make it save. That means you deploy the code to your Salesforce app. Now call this component from your application. What is my component name? Customer details component. Just I would like to specify this. Customer details component. Clear? Now let's save this. Click on update and preview. Once you click on update and preview, whatever the data that we have specified, the data will be getting visible on your component directly here. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next. Now here in this case, you can raise a question. Sir, if I want to apply some borders for this entire content here, can we apply the borders? Yes. Now I want to apply these borders also for this content. Then how can we do that? Okay, now let's see. But right now the content is visible at the top left corner. I don't want to show over there. I would like to show in the center of that page. I want to show the center content in this place. Then how can we do that? Now let's see how to apply the styles. Now let me show. Now tell me how can we apply the style now? We need to create a style file. Okay, CSS file. Go to that project folder. Go to your component name. Click on the component name over here, customer details component. Right click on this. Click on new file. Or else just you can able to select your component name here. Here already we are having one option, new file. Okay, it will be trying to be adding one new file. Give the file name here. Your file names will be similar. Whatever the name that you're given for the component, with the same name, create that file. I'm giving this file name as customer details component dot css. Okay, customer details component dot css. Now in this style file, we need to prepare your own style. Okay, clear? How can we apply the style here? I want to apply the style for this div tag here. So just you can specify div. Division. For the division tag, I would like to apply the style. Now write the style. Minimum one style we need to write, or else your component code will not get compiled. Now we are writing this code here. Observe the functionality. Previously also in Aura framework, we have prepared this kind of styles over there. There is a style file is built in available in that component bundle. So there we have prepared that style functionality over there by preparing your own CSS class by applying the different styles. But now here upon writing that style content, you no need to remember everything manually. It will be providing intelligence to you here. It will provide intelligence. Now I would like to write that width of the component. See, all the properties are available in the form of intelligence. Now width, I'm indicating the width as some 400 pixels. Next, border. Now it is providing all the options to you. Border I would like to apply 2 pixels. Now you want this a solid border or snow or salmon or what? Now it is indicating here. I want to apply the solid border, which will be with what color you would like to apply here. I want to apply black. It is populating all the colors information. If you want to apply the maroon color here, then we can specify maroon also, magenta also here. So now the various colors are populated over there. So not just you can able to choose that. I want to apply the maroon color. So all the property names will be available in the form of intelligence stream. This is one of the major benefit that we have as part of this functionality here. Now we are using border radius. I would like to provide 10 pixel. And then margin left, I want to provide 300 pixel. Margin top, okay, 150 pixel. Padding left, 10 pixel. Padding top, 10 pixel. Padding right, 10 pixel. Padding bottom, 10 pixel. These are the colors here. Okay, these are the various styles I would like to apply. If you want to apply any background color also, then you can apply here. Now background color property. What color you want to apply here? You will be having so many colors are available. So now the different colors are available. Whatever the color that you want, we can apply all these colors here. All are available in the form of intelligence as part of CSS. You no need to remember all these things here. It will be preparing automatically by default. Now I would like to specify some rosy brown color here. Clear? Now save this. Now automatically it will be applying that style. So here we have used a div tag over here. So now wherever we are having this division tag, for that one style will be applied. If it is an ARA component, what we are doing here, we are using the property class equals to style name. But here we are not doing all these things. That will be taken care by Lightning Web Component framework. Okay. Now let's see. Now I would like to represent this content. What is my component name? Customer details component. Update and preview. So now let's see the content is getting visible here. So instead of representing the content at the top left corner, we are representing the content at the middle here. Now here, that's what here I have given the various properties. Like let me explain the properties. Now this is the actual space. Okay, this is the actual space that we have. This is the browser actual space. Now here we are representing that, okay, division. This is a width property. How much width you would like to represent? This is a width. We have given 400 pixels. This is the width of that, okay, component here. Next. Now here we have given some property values. Now this is a margin. This is a margin left. Margin left. So from the left side, okay, I have given 150 pixels or the 350 pixels. 350 or 300 we have given. So now please don't display this, okay, division from starting of the browser. Please give some 300 pixels, okay, space, then we can show that. For that one we have given this, okay, margin left property. Generally this component division will be visible at the top automatically. I don't want to show at the top, so I have given some space. This is called as margin top. I have given some 150 pixels here. So now just you can give 150 pixels of space, then we can start preparing my, okay, division here. And then we have applied the border also. Border color we have given here. And the border radius. Generally the borders will be visible like as edged borders here, exact corners. Now instead of displaying exact corners over here, we are going to be giving some curved corners here like this. Now this is the edge, this is the corner here. For this one, this is the radius, 10 pixels radius. Instead of showing like that here, instead of showing like as exact corner, we are giving some 10 pixels, okay, curved. Now, so that we have applied that border radius. Border color is available, that is a maroon color is available here. Background color we have applied, you know that here. Now in this content here, in this particular, okay, division, it is showing the content. So there is a space is available here. Okay, there is a space. Now after this, after representing this content over here we are having some space. This space is called as padding left. Padding left. Generally the content will be visible, okay, exactly starting from that, okay, edge of this particular, okay, division. I don't want to start from there, just to give some 10 pixels of, okay, padding. From top also we are having some space. This is the padding top. And here I have given some space over here. This is padding bottom. I have given some space over here. Padding right. Here we are having more space because here content is very, okay, small. That's what here we are having more space over there. Okay, that's what here, this concept already I have explained during ARA programming over there. Okay, what exactly margins, what exactly paddings, all these things I have given this information to you over there. Okay, understand the concept now? So this is how we can able to represent your own Lightning Web component, to represent the content, to apply your own custom styles also, depends upon the business needs. Okay, clear about this one? Next. Now let me place this template file, style file, and the application. Clear? Understood the concept till now? Next. So now this time, what I want to do is, I want to prepare a new lighting web component. Now this time, I want to prepare a new lighting web component. That web component I want to place inside my Salesforce or inside the recorded detail page. I don't want to run the component from an application. I want to deploy this component into my Salesforce or inside the recorded detail page over here. Then how can we do that? Okay, now let's see with the practical use case. Okay, clear up to this one? Now let's see. Take a small use case. Design a lighting web component to represent the patient details and deploy the component to the account record detail page. Account record detail page. So whatever the component that I have prepared, I want to represent that component in the account records detail page automatically. Now let's see how can we do that. How can we deploy this component inside your Salesforce or in the recorded detail page? Let me show you. Now let me design the component first. Go to the Visual Studio, create a lighting web component. I'm indicating patient details component. Go to the template file. In this template file, I would like to use the division, and then I would like to represent the patient details component. I'm indicating bold tag, underline, italic, and in the center, patient details form. I would like to give a break tag. I'm representing the content here. Patient code is, I want to specify P4500901. I'm giving a break tag. Patient name is, I'm giving the name as some Sandeep Kumar. Patient age is, I'm giving the value some 34. Now the location name, from Hyderabad. Contact number of the patient. Email address, sandeep.kumar@gmail.com. And the patient type is outpatient. Doctor name, now I'm indicating Dr. Satish Reddy. Now I would like to specify the consultation fee. Rupees 1000. Now, appointment status. It's a confirmed. This is my lighting web component here. I'm preparing this lighting web component now. In this component, I'm placing some patient details. So, what are the details you would like to represent inside this component? We can specify all the details over here, whatever you want. Now, and after this here, now this component I would like to place inside my recorded detail page. If you want to apply your own styles, then we can apply the styles also, no problem. Same like as your previous example, we can apply the styles also. I'm applying the style. So let me add a style file now. Patient details component.css. Patient details component.css. I'm adding this styles over here. There is a style file. I'm deploying this code. Done. Now here in this case, as of now what we did, once the component is ready, we are calling this component from an application, we are running that. But now I don't want to run this one through a normal browser. I want to place this content inside my Salesforce Arcs account records detail page. For that reason here, go to the metadata file. That means I want to expose my component to a record detail page. So go to that metadata file. Go to the metadata file. Here we have a property called as is exposed. That means whether this component is exposed to your Salesforce Arc or not. By default, it is having the option as false. So this component we can't access from your Salesforce Arc. Because this component is completely restricted, this is not exposed to any place over here. So we need to make it exposed so that we can able to specify true. Is exposed equals to 2. In that case, we need to specify what are all the places this component can be accessible. We need to control. So that we need to add a property tag called as a target tag. Inside this targets, we can specify what are all the places this component can be accessible. I'm adding a target here. Target, now it is indicating the options where you want to accessible. You want to access in application page, or home page, or record page, utility bar, screen flow, or a tab, or an inbox, or an email, or a page layout, or a theme layout, or a chat message, or it may be chat header, where you want to access it. I want to access this component inside my record page. So we can specify record page. That's it. Whatever the places you want to make this component accessible, we can expose it. Suppose if you want to call this component on your application homepage also, then we can add one more target here. Target application homepage. So these are the two places where my component can be accessible. So to indicate the level of access of the component, to indicate what are the various places in which the component can be accessible, that we can specify inside the metadata file that is called as configuration file here. Okay, understood the concept over here? Now let's save this code, deploy the code to the Salesforce Arc. Now done. We are done with that component. We are done with this. Okay, exposing the component also. Now let's go to your Salesforce Arc. Go to the record detail page now. I'm going to my application. Take any of the object record detail page, no problem here. I'm going to my account object. Open the record. Go to this detail page over here. In this detail page, we can able to place that component here. Now, in that case, I would like to add one more tab over here. I would like to show the content. Already we have employee details component over here in this place. I would like to add one more tab. Click on setup menu, edit page. Okay, edit page. It will represent the whole page in editable format now, so we can make it customize. I don't want to show this component over here. Just if you don't want, you can able to make it remove also. Now, now I would like to add a new tab. This is the tab place over here. Go to the tab bar. I'm adding a new tab. I'm giving the name as, instead of giving the tab name as the details, I would like to give my own tab name here. I'm giving my own custom name, like patient details. Click on done. Now a tab has been added with the name patient details. In this one, I would like to place my component. In the left panel, whatever the standard components given by Salesforce Lightning Framework, those will be visible as it is. Now I would like to see my custom components also. This is the custom component which we have built, that is patient details component. Just you can drag and drag. Just you can drag and drag. Let's save this. Now make it activation. I want to make it visible for the applications over here. These are the applications for which I would like to make it visible. Make it same. Let's go back to your Salesforce Arc. Go to any one of this account record detail page. Click on patient details. We can see the component in here. Because we have adjusted the component to the middle of this particular page, right? That's why it is showing like this. Now, I would like to change this. I would like to change these properties. Margin left, I would like to give some 100. Top margin, I would like to specify 25. Let's deploy this code. Just you can refresh. Sometimes it will take some time to reflect the browser cliche. In that case, just you can able to relog in. Go to the account object, take any one of the records detail page, click on patient details. Now the component is visible as it is. Okay, so that here in future, if you want to add some content, no need to deploy every time here. Just you can go to your component code, make the changes, deploy to your Salesforce app. From there, it will access automatically by default. Okay, understood the concept now? So previously in the ARA component, the process was different, but here the process is different. Here. We are purely relying on metadata file that is called as configuration file to indicate what kind of places in which this component can be accessible that we can decide. Like when you go to the topics programming, upon defining a variable inside the class, we are giving access specified right to indicate this variable can be accessible up to what level within the class or outside of the class or outside of the organization. So that we are having different access specifiers like private, public, protected, global, various. Like the similar fashion here also we can indicate in what places this component can be accessible that we can control by using the metadata file that is called as configuration file. Clear? Comfortable till now? Let me place this code. Clear? Now, next one. Take one more use case. Design a Lightning Web component to represent the employee personal details and employment details. Design two Lightning Web components. Next, reference both the components inside an application. Write the code for this. You have to define two Lightning Web components, and then we need to call both the components inside an application. You know how to do this. This kind of features already we have discussed in ARA framework. Also, I have explained this process. Now, write the code for this. So let's see how can we design these two components and how can we reference both the components inside my Lightning application. I would like to design two components now. Now I would like to place the employee personal details and the employment details also. So let me create two components. Create Lightning web component. I'm creating the component employee okay, personal details, employee personal details component. Now here I would like to represent the content. What content you want to represent that we can decide. I'm using the div tag. I want to represent the bold format, underline, employee personal details. I'm giving a break tag. I want to show the details. Employee code. Now I would like to specify E45890022. This is the employee code, employee name. His name is some Ramesh Kumar. Now I would like to specify his contact number +91. I'm giving some value. Email address ramesh@some gmail.com. Location name some Bangalore. And then I would like to specify active status. I want to indicate active. This is the first component which I have prepared here. I have prepared the first component. Now this content I would like to show in center part. I'm using the center tag here. Now, so this is the content. I want to show this employee personal details now by using one component. Like the similar fashion, I want to prepare one more component now. Control Shift P. Now employee employment details component. Employee employment details component. Or simply we can specify employment details component. Now, now let's go to the employment details component now. I would like to place the content. I'm using this a div tag. I'm using this a bold format, underline. I would like to represent employment details. Employment details form. I'm giving the break tag. I want to show the employee code and the employee name as it is. Then I would like to specify the company name, some Wipro Technologies, current designation. He is a senior consultant. Current CTC rupees 18 lakhs. Now the department name, development, and then location name. This is in Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore. These are the details here which I'm representing right now. So I'm deploying this code to my Salesforce R. So both the components are ready. Okay, both the components are ready here. We are having the basic details, that means personal details, and the employment details also both. Now I would like to call both these components okay inside my application. Let's go to your Lightning application now. Inside this, you can call these components both. I would like to call this component by using the table tag over here. Table. Here I'm using table row, table data. Now here I would like to call that component. C colon, what is the component name now? Employee personal details component. Employee personal details component. Second one, employment details component. Employment details component. So both the components I'm going to be referencing in the form of tabular structure. Now let's save this application. Session expired. Let me go to the developer console now. I'm opening this application which we have prepared. What is that application name that you have prepared? Web component test application. Now we are calling this. Let's save this application now. Click on preview. Now we can see both the component details over here side by side. So now here we are indicating side by side. So now employment personal, employee personal details over here. And then we are having employment details, okay? Employment details also. Both we can able to see side by side depends upon your requirement. So that here, upon representing the content, we can able to use any HTML tag, table tags also, or break tag, or bold tag, underline, italic, everything we can use. That's what I told you. Lightning Web Components body will be built by using HTML elements and Lightning Web Components. As of now, we have used purely HTML elements here. How to call one component from another component, I will show you in the next session over there. Okay. In the next session, we'll see how to call one component from another component. We'll see practically, and along with that, we are going to discuss about the component called as Lightning Input Component. How to prepare text boxes, check boxes, everything we'll see practically one by one in the next session. Okay. Next session will be on Monday again. Tomorrow you don't have the session. Next session will be Monday. It's in times. But practice is very important here. Do the practice of these features. Component 1, component 2, and the application. Clear? In the next session, we'll see some more features here. But do the practice on these features today, so that next topic will be very easy for you to understand. Okay.